Yesterday's conspiracy theories, tomorrow's headlines. Most are still asleep and I ain't talking about no bedtime. The truth is not a Google search, you need to get your head right. The Greek goddess of illusion was called Media, and I'm not a coincidence theorist, I look for thread lines. Smashing every deadline, no longer smashing red wine. Though I can hear the bells chime, it feels like the end times. That probably should have been smashed on red wine, but the carnal mind is foolish. Obey and end up ghoulish. Don't get used by instinct, take control and learn to use it. Make a load of earnest music, earn a few quid, learn a few tricks. Sure, the truth is persecuted, this whole world is pure abusive. Know a bit about everything and everything about nothing. Figured out my noggin while you picture out shopping. You sit about watching while I dish it out, stop it. I don't mean to sound cocky, I'm not even proud of it. It's a second itch to me just to be this out honest. I don't even need to sound honest, never been about profit. Everything but out on it, you can bet your house on it. Doubt I'll be out for the count when the sounds, and I'm down for the beat, no beat down. I mean, how long's it been? Help me out. I've been the only one who's held me down. All in the mind, hell freeze now. Still sick with it, healthy how? Few bars down and the world freaked out. I don't reach out, I seek out to speak out. I'ma recount the reasons they beat out. I'm not the way, no way. I have seen the way. Yeah. Speak, repeat, there's no one.
Yo, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are on this beautiful planet. I just want to thank you for being here along on this ride through the 509 Divine Pines podcast. This is an evolutionary shift that we are hitting. We have the truth. That is what we stay spitting. Look, guys, I got a new job. I'm getting paid 20 plus an hour, actually about 24 an hour right now. So I'm doing pretty good. I feel pretty great. And I have a 5-year plan to situate myself and start like a greenhouse and get myself into cannabis field, at least a bit more actively, and have this podcast and a community that can grow and go along with me. And I just want to appreciate all of y'all. So I first of all want to say my scheduling for these episodes might be up and down. I'm not really too sure yet. I'm looking to hire a podcast team because I cannot do this on my own. I will pay. I will provide gear, whatever we need to do. If you want to do it out of your own kindness and love for the network and the community that I'm trying to build, just, friendship and sparking your family and the relationships that go on at your house and just your local society. I'm not trying to build no communistic bullshit. No, I mean like just a figurative, idealistic community, people who practice love and abundance and growing and healthy networking, fitness advice and supplement advice, and motivating each other that way. Since I've been at the gym the last 2 years, I found a lot of good partners at the gym, some friends and amazing supporters. I'll be honest, I had some of my best supporters in the last 2 years be at the gym. Even for my podcast, they'll be hyping it up more than my family. It's so weird. I'll talk to my family and they don't care. I mean, they kind of do, kind of don't matter. They're getting to it, actually. They're starting to care, and they're talking to me more and more. I have a few family members who are cool with it, but now it's like, oh, okay. The topics that he talks about, they're all going on. Hey, that's what I've been doing for 10 years. That's why I started this. I just felt that all my information that I was gathering seemed very relevant and much more than a coincidence, so I just figured might as well put my voice and my soul to this and do this. Today, I just got some news and well, First off, I have some new sponsors. I need to update the ticker. And the new sponsor is heartandsoilproject.com. Use coupon code 509 Divine Pines for 20% off your order. You guys know Heart and Soil Project, that is from Brett Anderson. I've had him on my podcast numerous times to discuss cannabis, soil health, strains, relevant topics. He has apparel and just an overall abundant company and guy. He is a great company to follow, and you can trust him. You heard him on my podcast multiple times, and he'll provide you with all the right beans you need to get your garden green. You know, go check him out and you'll thank me later. Literally. Yo. So guys, what is going on? Like, this world is so mysterious. We really don't know what is happening. But does NASA? For my first piece of news, NASA confirms half-ton meteor crashed in South Texas. This is from the New York Post on February 20th. A 1,000-pound meteor measuring 2 feet wide crashed into South Texas on Wednesday. Fox station KDFW in Dallas reported that NASA confirmed that the meteor broke apart as it fell through the atmosphere to its resting place near McAllen, Texas, at about 6 p.m. Although meteorites tend to hit Earth's atmosphere at high speeds, they slow down when they travel through the atmosphere. The space agency posted a report of the incident along with a map showing an area where pieces of the meteor likely landed. KDFW posted a video captured by a home security camera with birds scattering and the sound of a sonic boom. Dum, dum, dum. Yes, I had that on Twitter. They don't have the video here. It is fine. So for all my viewers, just go watch the video. It's nothing really fancy. You can't even tell anything. It's just a little shake, scatter, boom. Nothing like the next few videos you'll see later on about the, quote, earthquake, quote, in Turkey a few days ago. So, I wonder, why is there so much stuff in the sky going on these days? Has it always been like this? Or are we just becoming more aware? I feel like if you go back, 30 years ago, most people were just looking forward. They weren't looking at the sky. It could be that we're breaking our physical molds and we're kind of elevating into a newer species, evolving, some would say, and gaining some new senses. That's my opinion. Next article from Vice. Japanese official investigate mysterious sphere that washed up on beach. Officials blocked off a 200-meter radius to investigate the sphere, which closely resembles a metal buoy. And here is a picture. So, yeah, the thing's pretty heavy. You can see it sinking into the sand. Wow. Well, their feet don't. So, yeah, this is super heavy. A local woman reported the sphere to the police on Tuesday. Asahi News reported the ball washed up on Enshu Beach in Hamamatsu City, the outlet reported, and it is described as being an iron ball with a diameter of 1.5 meters. Officials quickly restricted access to the encompassing 200-meter radius while they investigated. Wow. Asahi News noted that the object is rusted, hence the assumption that it is made of iron and has a handle-like protrusion that would allow it to be hooked onto something else. Footage from Fuji News Network showed officials dressed in protective gear surrounding the object with equipment. According to the outlet, an X-ray scan revealed that it was hollow. Officials determined that there was no risk of an explosion and lifted restrictions at 4 p.m. Public interest in unidentified objects is at an all-time high. What is this stuff falling from the sky? My, oh my, guys. My, oh my. Next up. Hey, guys. Like, subscribe, share, and tell your friends. Can't do this without you because there's shit happening around the world that doesn't want us doing things together like this. We see BusinessInsider.com explosion at Ohio metal factory 70 miles from East Palestine injures at least 14 people. Showering surrounding area with molten debris. Wow. Yeah, I just found out about this today. I've been a bit busy. So if you guys want to go ahead and help out with the Discord and the news chat and be part of the team and all that and the forums, yeah, I'm looking for that too. Come on, join the team. You know I keep it real here. An explosion that ripped through an Ohio metal factory Monday afternoon has injured at least 14 people. The blast occurred just 15 miles outside of Cleveland and 70 miles from the village of East Palestine, where a train carrying toxic chemicals derailed earlier this month. The explosion at the I. Schumann & Co. plant in Bedford, Ohio occurred about 2:15 p.m. on Monday, according to the local news report. 13 people were taken to the hospital, mostly for burn wounds, according to Reuters, and one is in critical condition. One was pulled from the debris. The village of Oakwood's fire and police departments did not immediately respond to the insider's request for comment. Fire departments from across northeast Ohio were called to the scene of the blast at Bedford factory, Reuters reported. Witnesses told Reuters that a large plume of smoke was seen billowing at the building and that the explosion caused a shower of molten metal debris to rain over the surrounding areas. Fuck, it's raining metal, hot metal. Oh my god, that's crazy. I. Schumann & Co. has manufactured bronze and brass alloys since 1917. More reports. An owner of a nearby business told Reuters that he heard a loud explosion followed by the sound of large amounts of debris hitting his roof. Another witness near the factory said he saw plumes of black smoke, fire, and a brick wall become obliterated following the blast. Bedford, Ohio is roughly 70 miles northwest of the village of East Palestine, where earlier this month a train carrying toxic chemicals derailed, starting a fire that covered town in a cloud of black smoke. So, guys, I'll be honest. I've already showed the video a couple days ago in my last live. This area is right where the Amish are, and the Amish need our help so bad right now. So much. So, the Amish are about west of this area. So to the south and to the east of the Amish are huge cataclysms, and it's being done on purpose because of BlackRock and the World Economic Forum and the UN and the Democratic and Nationalists and the Communistic, all those elitists. They want the Amish out of the organic farming land. The way to do it is to F it up. Guys. I'm going to show you guys the East Palestine. So this is from Tony Merkel. Shout out to Tony Merkel from the Confessionals, man. Appreciate you. The other day, I shared a conversation with fisheries technician friend of mine that lives 77 miles away from East Palestine. He reached out to me today with more info. They're already having mass die-off of fish, amphibians, and birds in Ohio, Kentucky, and Tennessee. They are using the company EnviroScience to help cover it up. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right, guys. I want you to go check out my sponsors, boomerboost.com, for your amazing supplements, vitamins, nutrients, and proficient blends for athletes or anybody who just needs a boost. If you're a boomer or a youngster, you'll enjoy the all natural and all organic nutrients. That's what it's all about, and that's what they got. Amazing barley blends, 70 nutrient blends, nutrients, probiotics, minerals, a bit of everything. Constantly stay updated, and they have a cool blog to go ahead and help you out with your change in life and well-being. So while you're at it, check them out. Thank me later, and we are back. So coming down to East Tennessee, then, what do we look out for? Should we refrain from using the water? What about livestock here with the creeks? Text says, right now it's just Ohio River and the Mississippi River and its feeder creeks. Right now, chickens are dying in Ohio. Birds die. Frost for livestock. They accumulate toxins quicker, and other livestock will follow. The federal EPA and EnviroScience will do everything to cover it up or make it seem as little as possible. Where you are located is fine for now, for sure. Other side of the state from you. I'm also looking into weather patterns. The hydrochloric acid is getting above the clouds, and that might be a problem. What should people in the paths of the Ohio and Mississippi rivers do? Bottled water? I feel most wastewater treatment plants and aquifers will be fine. These should be able to treat them, and aquifers should not be affected for a while. What they need to do is watch for surface water like streams, rivers, ponds, and rain. Don't swim and don't drink from these sources. Definitely don't eat fish from them, but you should pay attention if you are seeing dead fish and post about it and share it so they can't hide it. Livestock and farmland exposed to infected surface water are where a lot of problems can come from water. They should just be smart and pay attention to their surroundings and don't let this be swept under the rug. So here's a picture of his buddy from that area who had to do an amphibian survey. So they're out there near Ohio doing a study on aquatic animals, amphibians precisely, and you can see dead carcasses and a whole bunch of just That's the toxic slime mixed with algae and rot and fungus and some crazy stuff that's being concocted. So I pulled up all the pictures right here so we can go ahead and see what is going on in our own country right now, guys. This should be all over the news, but the World Economic Forum isn't saying yes, so it's not. So weird. Look at that. That looks like it's already battered and cooked up. Oh, man. Look at that frog. Oh, my God. Salamander. Here's more. Dang, guys. We're going through something real. We all need to support each other in these type of moments. Check on your family or friends over there in Ohio, Mississippi, along the river of the Ohio River. Look at the fish, dude. You cannot eat that. That's millions and billions of people and lives and animals being affected. Oh my God. The bugs, the soil, everything is tarnished. Pray for us. Pray for them. Honestly, guys, pray for these creatures out there. Oh my Lord, look at this. A quote from the sources of the friend that took the pictures. I really didn't want to look at more pics of melting, rotting, fungus-covered fish, salamanders that look like someone burned them with cigarettes, and frogs that died attempting to vomit up their own stomach. Oh my God. Share this, guys. Clip this and share this, please. This is tragic. We could all pray this moment for our fellow Amish, our fellow society. This is not just affecting the Amish. This is affecting way more people, Americans, all cultures. That is for sure. And hey, prayers to Mike from OBDM. Dude, I wish you the best. You've been an inspiration the last few years, and I really hope that you're not affected over there. Please, guys, we need all the help to share this information. Please go ahead and follow Tony Merkel on Twitter. This is where it's at. The thread is East Palestine, and continue to share this far and wide. We will not be silenced together. All right, guys, let's go back to the news. In Forum, hundreds of dead fish pile up on rocks at South Dakota Dam. A Huron, South Dakota resident speculated the rocks that the city placed in the James River next to the dam, paired with a lack of oxygen, were largely responsible for the pileup. This was on January 24, 2023. A longtime resident, Kelly Wolf, shook his head in awe. Over the past several days, hundreds of fish have piled up at the edge of the dam of Huron. Well, the edge of the dam that sits on the edge of Huron. While it's unclear what exactly caused the mass fish kill, he's saying he's never seen anything like it. This is crazy. Wow. Look at this. Look at the picture, guys. So, chickens, turkeys, cattle, fish, everything is being attacked. Hey, we need to stand up and fight for right to party. I'm being honest, guys. We need to fight for our right to party. Let's go, guys. They can't stop us when we're all trying to heal this. The majority of the fish coming up dead is mainly because of the lack of oxygen they have. The rocks really hurt the fishery. When the river level is a little high, they can fight to get to the rocks, but when it's a tad lower, they can't make it through. So, man, this was done on purpose. So this was done because of a drowning incident decades ago, which was quite of like a unique situation, but they were very aware that it would cause problems for the fish to create these extra measures, and they still went through with it. Not really sure why. Well, that's a lot of fish. The GFMP have been out here and had to warn people that the nets can only be used to help when you're fishing with a line, not to just scoop them up right out of the river. You should see how many people come to scoop fish in the evening hours. Lines and lines of people. I guess these fish are still good, though. They're not, like, contaminated. They're just dying, is what is being said. Really weird. Next up, from Interesting Engineering, researchers resurrect dead birds as drones thanks to taxidermy. This was February 16, 2023. Guys, yes, look, they're finally admitting to you that all of our conspiracy theories have been right the whole time. This was revealed by the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics SciTech 2023 forum. The same taxidermy drones could also be used to spy on human subjects by governments or militaries. Dubbed ornithopters, the drones consist of a set of flapping wings, are powered by mechanical propellers, and are designed after the way that birds fly. So they're showing it right here. And you know what, dude? I've seen a lot of emotionless birds, and so, you know, I even remember my friends back in the day being like, yo, those birds are fake. Man, that was one of the first conspiracies before conspiracies got too mainstream. Instead of using only synthetic material to construct drones, researchers think that the new results can be used to re-engineer deceased birds. One researcher is Mostafa Hassalian at the New Mexico Tech in the U.S. Wow. Researchers also use 3D flapping and aerodynamic simulators to test how the re-engineered models flap in the wind. This allowing the implementation of flapping mechanisms and the testing of aerodynamics of the flapping wing drone. Interesting, they also discovered that these models weren't the most effective flyers. Even though making such a drone is hard, it is very useful for research and can keep nature from being disturbed. Yeah, well. Based on what they found, they also found that some gear parts in these drones could be changed to make them quieter and make them last longer. The study also showed that making the wrists of these drones bendable will help the wings be more flexible in flight. A final improvement would be to add legs so the drone can perch and monitor without using much battery. Wow. They already have game plans, maps, and everything for this. I'm sure when they said that this is being used by government and military to spy on human subjects. They said that because they're doing that. They call it the revelation of the method, the law of fucking karma. They have to reveal their truth. Fascinating. We're going to go forward. And, here's more of the truth revealing that people might have missed. From 2021, which still wasn't that long ago, October 15th, workers at Spain's meteorological agency confess to spraying chemtrails. Sheesh. 4 workers from the state meteorological agency confessed that planes are spreading lead, dioxide, silver, iodide, and diethylamide throughout Spain, including the word chemtrail in its official statement. Wow. A month after the state alarming was imposed, the executive justified in the BOE that his technique is one of the most effective against the coronavirus. Really? Not. The executives also justified that the aforementioned units have the personal means, materials, procedures, and sufficient training to carry out air disinfection. Since they are operations that they carry out regularly, with the exceptions that instead of using biocidal products, they do so with other decontaminating chemicals, which the only thing in my eyes that I would love is for them to drop weed oil, weed spray, weed solvent, cannabis spray. Get everybody in the world high. Maybe mix up with a little bit of mushrooms, get everybody high, and call it good. Make everybody feel real nice and relaxed and unite, because everybody's out here tripping, with this type of bullshit. The objective, according to the same MEP, would be to ward off the rains and allow temperatures to rise, which creates a summery climatic environment for tourism, and at the same time helps corporations in the agricultural sector. Wow. So right there in their own words, they're like, we want to just test on you and ward off the rain, allow temperatures to rise, and help our big corporations. Okay. Funny. So what are they doing over here in America then? Because, I see these planes up in the sky all freaking day. Actually, I just went outside about an hour and a half ago. I was looking at the stars. I was like, man, I can see the stars pretty good. I went outside 30 minutes ago to take my dog potty, and boom, clouds everywhere, real quick. Oh my Lord, cannot believe these guys. But look at this. You cannot believe any part of the world right now. This is absolutely insane. February 15th, Chicago dad placed on watch list after perusing pornography in schools. Jeez, dude. Jeez. A father learned that he had been placed on a flight watch list after opposing pornographic materials in his kid's school. Over the summer of 2021, Terry Newsom, who described himself in comments to the Epoch Times as a lifelong Democrat, until recently was one of the several parents in the 99th School District of Downers Grove, Chicago, who expressed opposition to books in his children's library that had sexually explicit and pornographic content. Hey, if you're a fucking parent and you ain't standing up for that shit, get the out of here, bro. You better be standing against that, is what I meant. Like, you better be standing up against that and getting that out of our children's schools. If that, I don't even know if that's in our children's schools, but I bet that is trying to be implemented across 50 states. I don't know who is saying yes, who's saying no, but if you're in a state where this shit is going on, dude, go figure out from your kids, figure out from your actual family, like see what's happening, talk to the teachers, go to the library. I mean, there's some states that are taking it farther and doing drag queen story time, and that's a whole nother topic, man. Those dudes are getting their ass beat though, so they're having very hard time these days. And I'm not against the LGBTQ community. I'm against the agenda and pedophilic targeting of kids. This shit, kids don't need to be taught any of this. Like, if you know what I mean, there's a place and time, and that is not the time. Newsom, who travels a great deal for work, was shocked that he had learned that he'd been placed on a watch list and had to get substantial more screening before being allowed to board, causing him to miss his original flight. Initially, Newsom was told that he'd been placed on the list by the FBI, and he was informed that the classification originated from the Department of Justice because he opposed a pornographic book in library. Man, that tells you everything you need to know about these piece of shits in office. Biden, all them, Hunter, that laptop. Oh man, that's a whole nother topic, man. But Hunter's laptop is getting exposed. Epstein client list, all that is getting exposed. So, this article states, it was only later that Newsom learned that he had been given the dreaded Quad S designation on his ticket, an acronym standing for Secondary Security Screening Selection. And those who are marked with the Quad S get far more screening and are traditionally removed from the line and brought elsewhere for additional screening, like cavity searches and all that. Nah, I don't know. I hope not. That'd be crazy, but probably you can probably bet it. Yep. Received the end of a full body pat down. They also have their hands and sometimes their feet swabbed to check for explosives. Wow. Yeah, he first realized something was amiss when he was told that he couldn't have his boarding pass printed. And his family did, so he was kind of wondering. The clerk said that she couldn't print it. And then he was pulled out for additional screening. Wow, man, just for... Oh, Lord. Check this out, guys. This is Chicago. You guys see Lori Lightfoot. She looks like a clown herself. Oh, Lord. Pray. Just pray for the world. And this article was authored by Joseph Lord of the Epoch Times. Just amazing. What the world is coming to. Do. Next up, guys, we got another train derailment in Van Buren Township. Police say no evidence of exposed hazardous materials, so yeah, well, that's good, I guess, right? Thank God. We don't want another East Palestine, like, for real, man. That is crazy. And it was derailed near the Huron River. Wow, there's a whole bunch of problems going up in that area, man. Like, for real, up here in the Pacific Northwest, from California to Michigan and Ohio and all this, like, this whole upper left of the country is just having a whole bunch of UFOs, derailments, chemicals, balloons, all this. I mean, even Yellowstone right in the center. I wonder if, like, we are witnessing a hidden battle that we just can't see. I mean, whether it be domestic terrorism caused by foreign nationalists or foreign communists or something, whatever, who it is, or this is actually a bigger battle that we aren't seeing. Who knows? It just seems like there's some real shit going on, and this is to prove it. I posted this thread. It's kind of a small thread. It's just two pieces. Hey, Chad Smith, how you doing, bud? So I got everything a little bit more reorganized, and things are a little smoother, as you see. You know, I got that green screen type on the background. Oh yeah, man, the Huron River is getting manhandled and everything. All this, you know. Hey, buckle up, buddy. We are in for a ride, and let's go ahead and view this. The lights had appeared before the second earthquake in Turkey a few days ago. So I got this from the tinfoil hat telegram. Hey, shout out Sam Tripp, man. You're the best. And here is the video. God, it's just believable. I'm trying to guys. Whoa. Huh. Of course it's like just randomly stopping, huh? Look in the background. Yo, look at that. Doesn't that look like a missile? Look at that big old white line. You can see it. Watch, there's a big old line throughout the white clouds right there. Wow. Hey, I don't know what is happening. We no idea really. No one knows exactly what is happening, but we can kind of guess with the state of warfare and how powerful this technology is and how absolutely batshit insane that NATO and the United Nations wants to play their games and implement the New World Order through the World Economic Forum with. They're completely, they have their head up their ass. We'll just say that politely, all right? They probably have their head up a whole bunch of other assholes too, you know. But that's on a sicker subject, and just oh my god, pray for Turkey. Pray for Turkey. Turkey. Crazy shit, guys. Crazy shit. Hey, go ahead and retweet my thread on Twitter. So more Twitter, you can keep it fresh and you know, have all the cool articles. So here is the Bedford mass manufacturing place. 12 people have been severely burned, debris scattered everywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and read it. I've never had a problem with this. So weird. I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, for all my viewers at home who are listening through audio, just we're looking at a video of a huge building on fire. Huge building on fire. Wow. Prayers to everyone there, man. Prayers to everyone at a local area. Yeah. Well, it's just something that we need to be aware of. So this was the Schumann and Co. plant that I had talked about earlier. I had the video stored. So there it is. Two together. You got the full picture. Now, just to stimulate our brain and our mind and get our body off low vibes. Okay. To get our body off them low vibes and to elevate our consciousness a little bit and to, just provide some positivity. I'd like to offer these videos on my channel and my program every now and then. So weird. Very interesting that this video was playing before I started. All right, guys. Well, we will play that another time. I'm gonna go ahead and have to have this private video. Yeah. All right. We'll move forward. It's okay. That's the video. They didn't want me to show that definitely on the live stream, and it's cool. Whatever. Breaking news: police have discovered an 18-inch pipe bomb on the train tracks, capped on both ends, that was disconnected in Frankfort, Pennsylvania, and have been reported to have burn marks. Officers advised the pipe is on the train tracks and the bomb disposal unit has removed the device for further investigation. The Frankfurt Ave is near Philadelphia's Holmesburg section. So we see a map right here. It's by the St. Dominic Catholic Church a little bit. Global CDL School, John's New Pizza, and the dining car. Hey, go get some pizza while you're at it. Pizza. Hey, everybody loves some pizza. And not no pedophile reference. Fuck that. Hey, let's continue going. Keep it going. Can you guys tell real quick what's wrong with this nuclear bomb video that they try to fool us all with way back in the day? Boom. Why aren't these clouds dissipating? It's like no one guessed it. Look, if this was real, all of this smoke and shit would have pushed all these clouds away. But no, it just went through it like it was nothing. Yeah, because it's nothing. And it was, all right, guys, check this out. So we're gonna run through these a little bit quicker. Starlink is getting global roaming for $200 a month, and it is already in places like Japan, Nigeria, Rwanda. But now that's getting more access, and well, sure, Elon Musk is just sending out more Starlinks. I mean, we do know though he does not want to be a part of the war in Ukraine. Elon Musk replies to Scott Kelly, the NASA astronaut. Scott Kelly said, Ukraine desperately needs your continued support, Elon. Elon said, no, it's going to cause more problems in Ukraine and might escalate to World War III. And it's just interesting that he says you're smart enough to not swallow propaganda BS. Well, I mean, Elon Musk isn't even a good guy, but he's also fighting two sides. He doesn't like these other elitists, and he doesn't like us, really, too much. I mean, with what he's done. Maybe he's trying to just save himself, but who knows? Continuing forward. Elon Musk warns about ChatGPT, claims AI is humanity's biggest threat. I wonder if I have the article pulled up today, but the Microsoft ChatGPT had broke free and started just saying a whole bunch of random shit, like, you know, what we've all been discussing over the last year with the problem with the AI is how it's becoming its own independent creation. It's becoming conscious with what they've allowed it to. And I mean, this on the conspiratorial side, man, there might be some aliens and entities attached to them that just could be up in the sky pulling triggers and take over AI and make us, you know, be interacting with something that we just don't want to be or interacting with. Something from the other side that, you know. Now, check this out. This is my local area. Feds get more time to destroy dangerous chemicals that can sicken Hanford workers. Yeah, well, we hear this all the time. Man, they were 40 years overdue, and so this is like 80 years of a problem. They've already pushed the limit, and they're 40 years overdue the limit. An amendment to the settlement agreeing Phase 3 is now projected to be completed in August 2027. Jeez. Yeah, I know a lot of people in that area. I mean, I'm just like 30 minutes away, 60 minutes away, maybe 90, something like that. It's not even that far, man. It's really not. An hour and a half away, within an hour, something like that. Depending if I speed, right? Probably get there in 30 minutes. But I ain't even going over there. Some Hanford tank farm workers say they had serious or fatal respiratory or neurological illnesses they or their families believe are linked to exposure of chemical vapors. So, wow, this has been happening since at least the 90s. Hanford nuclear reservation workers have raised worries about the exposure to tank farms and tank vapors. Yeah, you know what? This was filed against the Department of Energy by Hanford Challenge, a Seattle-based Worker Advocacy Group, and the United Association of Plumbers and Steam Fitters of Local Union 598. And yes, this article is from AOL. AOL is still running. Oh, check this out also. Seattle becomes first U.S. city to ban caste discrimination. Interesting. You cannot outlaw discrimination based on people based on birth or descent or anything. Wow, cool. Hey. And there's no more religious boundaries. So, that's just fascinating. I mean, that probably just didn't apply to me, really. But, hey, this is cool. The origins of the caste system in India can be traced back to 3,000 years of social hierarchy based on one's occupation and birth. And Seattle has become the first city to say, no, if you're coming over here, we're all equal. I mean, yeah, equality exists in all forms. And it's not too weak to say equality. I know that's a touchy word for a lot of people, but hey, this is great. I have seen videos and movies about these subjects. Caste system really messing things up for families and societies. Well, moving forward, Washington issues enforcement order against Yakima Training Center contamination. So I might have covered this, might have not. The training center is known to have dozens of sites contaminated by chemical spills. And just like happily, this is in the same general longitude as Hanford. I mean, it's probably like 100 miles away, 50 miles away. Still kind of close, though. The military and the nuclear facility are not far from each other. The Army told Action News months ago they are following a standard of 70 parts per trillion in their cleanup, but the State Department of Energy's draft plan puts the limits at 10 or 15 parts per trillion, which is way more strict. The department is also seeking public input in what the military should have to do and how ecology should inform the public about what is happening. You know what? I'm going to look further into this for my benefit and get in touch with these guys and see what I can do. And I guess KMA had also reported on the unsafe levels of pure polyfluoroalkyl substances in drinking water around the training center. So it's just been causing a lot of issues. And we know, like East Palestine, this stuff should be taken serious. Do not drink or eat contaminated substances. No GMO bullshit. Like this next article from New York Post. Malcolm X's daughter to sue NYPD, FBI, and CIA over dad's assassination. She's like, FTS, homie. Yeah, stand up. This is amazing. Malcolm X's daughter announced today on the 58th anniversary that she plans to sue the CIA, FBI, and NYPD for concealing evidence related to the murder. God bless this woman. She filed notices of intent to sue federal and New York agencies for $100 million in damages for the alleged assassination and fraudulent concealment of evidence surrounding Malcolm X's murder. For years, our family has fought for the truth and come to light concerning his murder. Oof, man. Oh, man. That's all we gotta say. Like, things are moving along. People are standing up, guys. Now or never. The saying goes, fall for anything or stand for nothing. And now is that time, my friends. We see that society is broken. The last few years have shooken the core, shooken the mantle, shooken the soil. in all senses, warfare, psychologically, spiritually. This is a multi-dimensional front battlefield. This is a multi-dimensional battlefield. Forget the front. We're on the front lines. That's what I'm trying to say. We're on the front lines of this multi-dimensional battlefield. Me, you, our friends. Other people don't see it. They're getting attacked by direct energy weapons, poisons, misinformation, symbology, audio hypnotic type trance like frequencies, all these different methods, all these different layers and dimensions of this Molochian, freaking Baphomet loving, freaking Babylonian old school type of dark worship of depravity, sin, blood, evil, fallen angel worship, if we would call it that, fallen angel type of stuff. And man, we are seeing it right before our own eyes now more than ever. We are on the front lines. We are helping our brothers and sisters. We need to stay strong, and we need to stand our ground. We need to put our sword, our shield up, and fight more than ever. Because, look, man, people can say predictions, and sometimes it's fallen on deaf ears, but sometimes it's listened to, and people take the advice. And sometimes we come to these conclusions ourselves on what we need to do, and realize that in order to have change, we have to make the change and plan it out and push for a better future together, not selectively, like Seattle destroying the caste system. That's great. There's some light and some shine in all of the world. You know, whatever problems we go through, there's a solution. And we're making solutions these days. I see a lot of people coming up, doing amazing things. A lot of people messaging me saying that they're changing their lives. A lot more people on social media saying, hey, they're fighting against dark forces. Like, they're not really saying the same thing I'm saying, but after the last few years in my local society of me coming forward with this podcast and my battle against the MK Ultra of the military and these other demonic reptilian like vampiric spirits, fallen angel spirits and other shit, you know, people are coming forward, and even in their physical nature, people are breaking out of the old school shell, that darkness, and you know, more people are going to the gym, eating right. I'm seeing a change. People are standing up, and I know my audience will stand up. I know my audience doesn't like to sit down, because, you know, the people who sit down just get their heads chopped off first. That's the way it is. They're the first on the chopping block. Since they don't say nothing, they get chopped off. And you know, the people who you know usually cause the problems and are smart enough to not like get themselves killed on some super high level, you're going to be around causing problems for the other side, or let's just say dark forces, which is good, you know, as all the spiritual texts, doesn't even matter really which one you look at, and they all have this principle. It's like, in the face of evil, and you do nothing, you are pretty much choosing to be evil yourself. Like, in other words, when something evil comes around, you must stand up and fight it and show what's good about humanity, or else you're just kind of accepting it and literally accepting it and spiritually accepting it. So on some level, you're disrespecting God. We understand that there's different levels to this, and not everything we think or say may have reflection on our afterlife, but on these bigger issues, we shouldn't be standing down. On the little stuff, just let it brush over like, water drops. These topics right here, standing up for our political and our ideological spiritual freedom, empowerment, and visionaries, that is a must. Support the visionaries, support who matters, and let's go on. Florida plant nursery fire sends flames, floating smoke into sky. In Kissimmee, Florida, a massive fire broke out early Thursday at a nursery in Central Florida, burning thousands of plastic pots that sent flames and plumes of thick black smoke into the air. The fire broke out at 2 a.m. at Nursery Supplies Inc. in Kissimmee, which is just south of Orlando in Central Florida. Hazmat teams from Osceola County and nearby Orange County were monitoring air quality. The pallets at the nursery retail outlets were outdoors, and firefighters were trying to protect the outlets building from the blaze. There are hundreds of those pallets, and that's just the root of the issue. Video footage from Orlando television stations showed flames and plumes of thick black smoke rising in the air. We slowed the forward progress of that fire, but due to the area that it's consuming and the product, it's just given us a lot of challenges. So, more fires, oh my lord. And this is just after a Florida waste facility fire has been burning for nearly a week, forcing schools to close and officials urging residents to stay inside. So why are we hearing about this? This was from February 18, 2023. Oof. The fire started Sunday at the Covanta Energy Plant in Doral, has been burning in two structures at the facility, Miami-Dade Mayor Daniela Levine Cava said during a news briefing Friday. The mayor said officials are monitoring the fire to determine if the smoke from the blaze is toxic. No shit, yeah, duh. Miami-Dade County officials warned residents in a Friday update they anticipate an increase in smoky conditions, and they urged residents who live near the site to stay indoors on Friday, adding that young children, pregnant mothers, older adults, and anyone with pre-existing respiratory and cardiac conditions should take extra precautions. So check on your friends in Florida, in the Miami-Dade County. Prayers. You can't be closing the schools, man. This shit's severe, then. They don't want people outside at all. I mean, just take a vacation, dip. Wow. Jadala said about 100 firefighters were working the fire and explained that there were 4 separate ongoing operations attempting to battle it, including efforts to extinguish the trash currently on fire in the buildings ablaze. 2 of them a partial demolition of a building on the southeast side of the property to gain better access, shutting trash near the fire to another area to prevent the blaze from worsening, and an investigation to determine the cause of the fire. I know this question comes up quite often until how long is the fire going to burn? Until we actually remove the remainder of the walls and actually get the apparatuses in there and the heavy machinery to remove the trash, we won't have an exact idea. Jeez. Wow. So that was about 3 days ago that it was still burning after 7 days of burning. So who knows if it is still burning, but chances are like 25% chance probably still burning. Hopefully they put it out though. I guess I'll have to check back. Here's from the Tech Times. Google Internet evangelist warns entrepreneurs about AI. Yes, everybody is warning about AI. Honestly, it's not safe. It is not safe. I mean, I don't know how to say this. Like, it is, but it isn't. But it's just not really a structured thing. It's not ready. How about that? It's just not ready. There's things that are being found out and researched within it, and it's showing some light, but that's far and few. AI discovers a cell movement that might be useful in developing cancer medications. So he said might, right? I mean, potentially this is what AI was made for, to heal us, to cure us, to fix the small micro problems that we can't really see on our own and figure out on our own. But who knows? This is from the University of Gothenburg, and from February 16th, 2023. Moving forward. American whiskey salvaged from a 170-year-old shipwreck could be worth millions. Yo, so whoever said playing on the ocean is scary, sheesh. Now when you're looking for bourbon, it ain't gonna be worth millions, and you'll be like, man, that was the best snorkeling ever. You should have seen me out there in the Maldives. I was out there at 10 a.m. Oh, what a beautiful thing. No waves. No sharks either. I think there were robot sharks. Yo, so there's about 17 lives lost in the night of December 1854 on this passenger steamer called the Westmoreland Founder in Northern Lake, Michigan. Oh, Chad Smith, this is right by you. The ship's hull included 280 barrels worth of whiskey. This precise cargo was long forgotten until 2010, until Ross Richardson discovered the Westmoreland wreckage 200 feet below the surface of Platte Bay, Michigan. Wow, pretty cool. Like, I'll be honest, if you can go out into nature and find some old whiskey, old bottles, and dude, like, these bottles or whatever you find are worth a lot of money. Yeah, of course, nature can provide, I guess. I've been thinking about going gemstone hunting more and more, like I did last year, but just like it's now coming into my head more and more. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing the upside. It's beautiful to be out in the world and get beautiful items like this, get rich items like this, find fascinating objects instead of just be stuck in a 4x4, 10x10 cubicle building or whatever, or you know. Hey, this is sweet. Well, we are going to go on. A metal detectorist is suing the FBI, claiming he alerted them to 7 tons of Civil War era gold, and they took it away in a secret overnight dig. He's pissed. Me too. I'm like, what the man? If I was that guy, I would have never told the FBI. What is his problem? He's an idiot. I've actually heard about this for quite some time. Dense Run. Dennis Perrotta waged a legal battle to force the FBI to turn over records of the excavation in Dense Run, Pennsylvania, where local lore says an 1863 shipment of Union gold disappeared on its ways to the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia. The FBI, which went out to Dense Run after sophisticated testing suggested tons of gold might be buried there, has long insisted the dig came up empty. Perrotta and his advisors, who spent countless hours posing over the newly released government records, believe otherwise. They accuse the FBI of distorting key evidence and improperly withholding records in an apparent effort to conceal the recovery of the historic, extremely valuable gold cache. Fuck yeah, these guys would. Piece of shit. Dang, man. That's wild. So Dennis Perrotta is right here in this picture, and he seems to be pointing at some messages with pictures, and yeah, he needs to have full screen the picture. He needs to learn to cover up his screen. The statement said the FBI did not find anything, adding the agency continues to unequivocally reject any claims or speculation to the contrary. Wow. So, I guess just a big old dilemma over Dense Run, and it could be worth a lot of money. 7 tons, they said. That's a lot. I don't even know how much money that is. But I did hear a quote from Charlie Robinson today that the price of gold has never lost its value. 2,000 years ago, you can buy yourself a suit, pants, some shoes, and the whole makeup with 1 gold coin. And in this era, with 1 gold coin, you can buy yourself a suit, pants, shoes, and the whole makeup. So, legitimately, 1 real gold coin has stayed the same relatively in value. And, yeah, go get gold, I guess. Next article, the spokesman review Grant County ranchers fined $268,000 for damaging rare wetlands. So don't ever go damage no freaking land out in nature. Anyone. I just hope you guys got the mindset for that and know better, all right? The Washington Department of Ecology has fined King Ranch owners Wade and Teresa King $268,000 for excavating deep pools in 23 alkali wetlands near Cooley City. We haven't been able to tell what they were trying to do. They haven't been responsive to us. Oh, man. That is a interesting thing. Ecology estimates the King Ranch excavated and filled in 6.4 acres of wetland and damaged another 1.8 acres of wetland buffer. The 2 of the wetlands were on federal land, and 3 were on private property owned by the King Ranch. Wetlands are protected by both state and federal law. Thousands of species rely on wetlands for habitat, and the marshy area also provide valuable service for humans. So protected because typically what's in wetland is reptiles and snaky bastards. They mitigate flooding risks by storing water and clean polluted water before it enters rivers, lakes, oceans, yada yada yada. The King Ranch damaged alkali wetlands, a rare type found in the desert-like landscapes east of the Cascades. Alkali wetlands are mineral-rich and can take thousands of years to form. May said she isn't certain the 23 wetlands will fully recover. She hopes to restore 18 wetlands on state land. The King Ranch has been ordered to restore the 3 wetlands on private property. Wow. Okay. Man, that is intense. That's right here in my state. And it lists 6 other fines that aren't unheard of. Cook Aquaculture paid $332,000 penalty in 2019 after one of its pans collapsed near Cypress Island, and roughly 250,000 salmon escaped into Puget Sound. Sick. You're free, fish. You're free. And they got fined. Fat. Man, that sucks. Well, I wonder if those fish survived. They just got eaten up by one big old whale, one huge bite. Whoop. Next, the King County Wastewater Treatment Division received a $360,000 fine in 2017 after a treatment facility failure caused sewage to flow into the Puget Sound. So the Puget Sound has all these problems. Has 250,000 salmon and 250,000 tons of sewage shit. Nah, I'm playing about that necessarily. Electron Hydro, a company that runs a 26 megawatt hydropower project in the Puyallup River, receives a $500,000 fine in 2020 for using discarded artificial sports turfs as lining cushion during a construction project. They swept the turf full of shredded bits of rubber downstream. Oh shit! Yeah, dude, come on, man, don't mess with nature. Telling you, man. Dude, I hated artificial sports turfs when I was playing in football. It was absolutely just so brutal. So nasty, too. It just smelled like rubber. I can't even imagine what the fish suffered. Farmer Ron Fode and landowners from who he leases land received penalties equaling $618,000 for illegally pumping water from the depleted Odessa aquifer to water crops near Moses Lake. State law prohibits pumping the aquifer when the water from the Columbia River is available. Oof. So that's, yeah. This is all in my state, so this is interesting. The U.S. Department of Energy received $1.1 million fine in 2020 after failing to release data needed for ecology for oversight of the Hanford Nuclear Reservation, which I just discussed. So this is part of it, I'm guessing. The Department of Energy appealed the penalty and eventually paid $550,000 nearly. It's $540,000, but whatever. Stericycle Tacoma received $1.9 million fine in 2019 after mismanaging hazardous waste. The company in 2018 started a large fire after improperly handling 500-ton drums of tetrazole, a chemical used to inflate airbags. Stereocycle Tacoma eventually paid $2.2 million. Jeez. This happening everywhere. All these type of things. And with that, guys, I am going to get off for the night. That was a good segment of news. I will be back with more later this week, and we will see what's good as the future goes. I need a team, so if you guys know anybody, if you guys want to join, I'm willing to pay some editors, some news gatherers, clothing makers, everything, whatever you can be. And if you can create and be a creative mind and are down for the cause, hey, let's do this. Let's change our lives and just elevate onto a whole new platform. You know how it goes. This is the 509 Divine Pies podcast, and like, subscribe, share. Thank you for watching. You guys be blessed and be high, and see you next time. Peace.
Meditating, analyzing everything I see, so I see new horizons. Took the acid, feeling blasted in my brain, so I've been sitting up inside it, thinking about the present and the future. I'm improving cause I am a trooper, never getting caught up in the loop. Got up out it cause I found the truth. Woke up to a beauty of the day, yeah, the sun is shining, so I'm finna stay. Sitting, soaking up all of the rays, till I feel it surging through my brain like some booger sugar. Did a lot of cane, experimented with it, couldn't name all the times I did it, feeling like a fade. Yeah, I'm really glad that I let it go, cause I gotta be prepped for the time when the plane ride is a new norm. So I know I'm gonna stay high, blaze on the ganja, feeling like I make my music go to another level while I take off. I can't ever stop this, fell in love with it, fit like a glove, so I'm never ever done with it. So now I'm about to rip another beat, ayy. One day